sweet taste of being ignored.
Isn't that a luxury? You pour your heart, sweat, and tears into someone, only to realize that in their mind, you're as important as a broken phone charger. A true consolation prize. But hold on, drama queen, because today I'm going to teach you how to take that contempt, wrap it up nicely, and return it with interest and inflation adjustments. If you're tired of being the last cookie in the package that no one wants, of being treated like a plan B or Z, it's time to flip the script. And the best part? No crawling, no begging for attention, and no need to sell your dignity on the bargain bin market. Get ready for 6 foolproof steps that will crush someone else's ego and leave them crying rivers of regret. But before we dive in, let's agree on one thing. How many nights have you lost wondering, where did I go wrong? Come on, admit it. If you've been through this, comment below with, I've been played, because we're going to fix this nonsense once and for all. By the time this video ends, you'll leave with your self-esteem sky high and a neon sign on your forehead saying, nobody messes with my time or my worth. And the first step of this journey? The ancient and deliciously cruel art of disappearing without a trace. Now, dramatic pause. Do you know why you're here watching this video? Because someone had the brilliant idea to like and subscribe before. So please, return the favor, because the algorithm won't feed itself, okay? Like, subscribe, and drop a thank you. And not even for me, but to ensure this dose of reality reaches more people who need a push towards self-affirmation. Now, without further ado, grab your notebook and take notes, because I'm not going to repeat myself. Step 1. Vanish off the map. Do you know the Achilles heel of people who love feeling in control? Absolute silence. When you disappear from the equation, that person loses the ruler they used to measure their inflated ego at your expense. And the first step to causing that sweet agony is to truly vanish. No mercy. Sounds tough. It is, because you're used to always being the wagging tail dog. It's time to stop. No messages, no calls, no liking or stalking her stories, not even by accident. If she treated you like a disposable accessory, staying available will only cement that idea in her head. And let's be real, you're not clearance stock, right? Take it a step further. Also leave social media, at least off her radar. No posting ridiculous snarky comments, no subtle attention shows. Here, silence isn't just golden, it's platinum with diamond inlays. When you disappear, you create a void. And you know what happens in a void? She starts wondering, wait, where did the one who was always behind me go? Did they find someone better? Did they finally realize I'm just a glorified sham? Now, a practical example. You were always in touch, but then, out of nowhere, you vanish. Poof. It's not a game, it's total disconnection. This not only piques her curiosity, but also sends her into a panic because, surprise, people hate losing the control they thought they had. And you might think, isn't it childish to disappear like that? Doesn't it seem like something a bitter person would do? Want to know what's truly childish? Continuing to beg for attention from someone who's already made it clear they don't value you. This isn't revenge, it's self-preservation. It's reminding yourself that you're not anyone's plaything, the icing on the cake. The longer she goes without you, the more you work on yourself. Because spoiler alert for the next step, disappearing is just the beginning of the transformation. Step 2. Become your own masterpiece. While she's stressing over why you vanished, what are you going to do? Invest in yourself like it's the last stock on the market. Because in the end, the most delicious revenge is becoming someone so incredible that she can't even compare you to the version she tossed aside. But here's the plot twist. This isn't about her. It's about you. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, damn, I'm a masterpiece. Want to know how? Simple. Hit the gym to get a magazine cover-worthy physique, take courses to expand your mind, and pick up hobbies that make you seem like an existential artist at social gatherings. Read, learn, connect with people who truly matter. Be the damn protagonist of your own story. And the best part? The impact on her ego is just a side effect. Imagine the scenario. Months later, you reappear, well-dressed, confident, oozing charisma, and sporting a smile that says you don't need to prove anything to anyone. She? Oh, she'll feel that uncomfortable chill because now she knows the you she ignored is gone. In its place, a flawlessly spectacular human being has been born. Want an example? Always wanted to learn an instrument? Now's the time. Wanted to learn a new language or climb a mountain? Go for it. If your career is stalled, accelerate and outpace everyone. Because it's not just about self-esteem. It's about realizing your worth was never tied to her opinion or anyone else's. Oh, and don't think this is just to rub it in her face. The real reward here is becoming so strong and complete that no one else can manipulate you or make you feel small. That's the ultimate victory, making yourself unattainable to her and any other toxic human being. Lastly, and most importantly, keep silent. No showing off, no seeking validation. Your transformation will speak louder than any words. And that brings us to the next step. The absolute silence that will make her taste her own contempt. Step 3. The silence that screams. Ah, silence. The most elegant psychological torture there is. You know that inflated ego she nurtured, thinking you'd always be there on standby? Well, it's time to burst that bubble with the most powerful weapon you have. Doing absolutely nothing. Here's how it works. After disappearing from her radar and starting your Oscar-worthy transformation, the next step is to ignore every attempt to reach out. She sends a classic, "Hey stranger?" Pretend you never existed. That casual emoji like she's not interested? She's not, and neither are you. She sends a miss you. Perfect. Let her feel a little more, because all of this is a test to see if she still thinks she has control over you. Spoiler, she doesn't. And don't be fooled. This silence isn't just about not responding to messages. It's about being relentless. Show, without saying a word, that you're no longer playing her emotional games. That's where the void comes into play. And that void is her worst nightmare, because it raises questions she doesn't want to answer. Has he moved on? Does he have someone else? Was I an idiot? Yes, she was. Now, I know what you're thinking. But what if she seems sincere? What if she really is? Sorry to break it to you, Sherlock, but sincere people don't make you feel disposable only to show up later all regretful. Most of the time, it's just a bruised ego asking for a rubdown. And if you fall for it, the cycle starts again. Contempt, control, and sleepless nights. Enough is enough, right? Want an example? Let's say after weeks in limbo, she sends a casual message. You could respond, but don't. You keep posting nothing. Because while she's trying to reel you in, you're busy living your best life. This not only confuses her, but also destroys any remnants of the security she thought she had over you. And here's the secret. While you're leaving her to stew in doubt, you're climbing higher. Because silence isn't just to hurt her. It's to show, without words, that your life is now about you. And the cherry on top? Let her indirectly know that others are noticing what she lost. Because, my friend, the next step is all about something she'll never have again. Competition. Listen up, champ. If you're tired of being her emotional doormat, the one she steps on, wipes her feet, and then kicks to the corner, congratulations on finally realizing it. Now is the time to stop accepting crumbs, as if it were the best feast of your life, and grow a pair. It's time to end this ridiculous theater where you always play the clown. In the description, there's a digital book that will be your emotional survival manual. Read it, learn from it, and transform your life. There, you'll discover how to be the guy she respects, not the one she uses. No more bowing your head, accepting disrespect, or living at her whim. After this book, you'll become the pebble in anyone's shoe who thinks they can treat you like trash. No pity, no mercy. It's time to remember that you have value and weren't born to be discarded like a tissue. So go ahead, grab the book and start acting like someone who knows their own worth. Step 4. Show that the menu is full. If you really want to mess with the ego of someone who treated you as disposable, here's the raw truth. Nothing hurts someone's pride more than realizing you not only moved on, but that others see the value she threw away. But hold up, this isn't child's play. You're not going to parade around with someone just to make her jealous, because that would still put the focus on her. And let's face it, she's already taken up enough space in your life. The goal is simple. Live as if you're the king or queen of your own world, surrounded by interesting people and great opportunities. Want to know how? Expand your social network, not just online, but in real life. Go to events, take courses, attend gatherings, anything that puts you in contact with new people and environments that reflect your new phase of evolution. And if it fits, use your social media as a scrapbook of amazing moments. No need to rub anything in anyone's face, because genuine changes are like expensive perfume. They speak for themselves. Now, imagine the scenario. She opens Instagram and sees a photo of you at a top-tier party, surrounded by interesting people, or a casual story showing you living a life she never imagined you could have. No need to even add a caption. The impact is right there for her. This not only makes it clear that you're no longer stuck in her shadow, but also messes with that comfort zone she had when she thought you'd stay there forever. And you know what's the cherry on top? During this process, you'll realize that maybe, just maybe, she was never as special as your insecurity made her seem. When you meet new people who treat you as someone valuable, the idea of dwelling on the past melts away like ice in the sun. The bonus: this personal renewal not only crushes her ego, but also makes you see your own worth. Because the world is full of incredible people, and you don't have to settle for someone who didn't even know how to treat you right. Step 5. Become an unshakable wall. Want to truly destroy the ego of someone who underestimated you? Show her that she no longer has any influence over your emotions. Simple as that. Nothing leaves someone more baffled than realizing her little games no longer leave a scratch. You've become a rock, and she, just a fleeting breeze. But hold on. Being unshakable isn't about acting unbearable or a soulless robot. It's about exuding confidence. That kind of security that screams, "I'm so good. I barely remember your name." Now, listen up. She's going to try to mess with you. She'll drop those cheap indirect comments on Instagram, show up accidentally at places you frequent, or send a classic, "Hey stranger," on WhatsApp. Before, this would have thrown you off. Now, you respond in a way she doesn't expect. Total neutrality. Respond only if you want to, and even then with surgical calm. No emotion, no anxiety. Here's an example. She bumps into you somewhere, full of intentions to see how you react. Your old self would get uncomfortable, stutter, maybe even chase after her. But the new you, just smile, drop a "Hey, how's it going?" and move on as if you're just following the agenda. This kind of behavior dismantles the ego of anyone who still thought they had any control over you. And of course, she won't take it well. When she realizes she's lost emotional control, she might try to bait you with something like, "Wow, you've really changed, huh?" Or, "You don't even seem like yourself anymore." Translation: "Please give me a crumb of your attention because I can't stand seeing you so great." Your response? A confident smile and something like, "Yeah, life teaches us." And that's the end of it. The key here is not to give her what she wants, an emotional reaction that feeds her ego. Show that you're operating on such a higher level that her attempts seem amateurish. And you know the best part? This behavior isn't just to impress her. It's a daily reminder that your self-esteem doesn't depend on anyone. She no longer controls anything, and you, finally, control everything. With that sorted, it's time to aim higher, to have a purpose greater than her and any other drama. Step 6. Live for something bigger than her and any other drama. Want to completely eliminate the impact she had on your life? Then listen closely. Have a purpose bigger than any emotional games. Nothing is more devastating for someone who despised you than realizing you now live such a grand, fulfilling life that she doesn't even appear in the footer of your story. But pay attention. This isn't about being busy for the sake of being busy. It's about finding something that truly drives you, that makes you wake up every day with a sparkle in your eyes and the desire to go further. A purpose that's bigger than any relationship or fleeting problem. It could be your career, a shelved dream that project you always wanted to start, or even a cause that inspires you.
What matters is that it gives direction to your life and transforms you into someone nobody messes with.
Now imagine the impact. She meets you months later, expecting to see the same pitiful version she left behind. Instead, she finds someone building a business, finishing a master's degree, reinventing themselves, traveling, or working on something that clearly makes them happy. The shock isn't just seeing you thriving. It's realizing you're so focused on something bigger that she can't even come close to affecting you anymore. But let me be real with you. This purpose has to be yours. Don't use her as a reference point. Don't live with the aim of impressing her or proving she was wrong. Because if you do, guess what? You're still stuck to her, just in a different way. True freedom comes from building something that's meaningful to you, regardless of anyone else. And here's the bonus. When you live with purpose, everything around you aligns. Your priorities shift, your choices improve, and your energy attracts people and opportunities that are truly worthwhile. Meanwhile, she'll slowly and painfully realize that she's been left behind in a world she can no longer reach. In the end, living with purpose isn't just about overcoming her, it's about surpassing yourself. With silence, personal growth, emotional control, and now this greater focus, you've leveled up. She'll realize she lost something she'll never find again, and that, my friend, is the perfect ending, wrapping it up. Now, admit it. The game has flipped, and she's realized it. All that silence, the growth you've achieved, your steel-like posture, and a life filled with purpose have triggered the most painful realization. The control she thought she had over you has simply evaporated. This, my friend, is the true checkmate. And here comes the juiciest part. None of this was about her. You didn't spend all this time planning to get back at her or trying to prove you're better. No, you were busy taking care of yourself, rediscovering what truly matters, and finding what makes you happy. And guess what? That's what hurts the most. Because when she finally understands, and believe me, she will, that you're now untouchable, the impact will be devastating. While she's dealing with the void she's left behind, you'll already be living the most incredible version of yourself. So never forget, these actions weren't about showing anything to anyone. They were about reclaiming the power that's always been yours, but that you sidelined for a while. Because the truth is, you never needed anyone's approval or recognition. Your happiness, your worth, has always depended on one person, yourself. And when you truly believe that, no ego, pride, or other people's drama can bring you down. Because the focus is no longer on her, it's 100% on you. And in the end, that's what makes you the winner you've always been. These 6 steps will not only shatter the ego of someone who underestimated you, but also make you realize something vital. Your worth was never, and will never be, in someone else's hands. Now, it's your turn to act. Which of these steps are you going to start practicing today? Drop it in the comments and share how you're going to make your first move to make it clear that nobody messes with your time or your worth. If you enjoyed this content, and you know you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next doses of reality that will transform the way you think and act. And never forget, contempt isn't just the best revenge. It's the trophy of your freedom, the proof that you've finally taken control of your own life.